Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. So, this topic is very fundamental. I'm not happy in my marriage, what to do? And it's kind of crazy because why did you get married in the first place? You got married to be happier. So, it's a good question. What do you do? I mean, look, I got married to be happy. I'm not happy. Really, here's a couple of other questions to ask. One, what am I doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? And what is it that causes happiness so that we can take advantage of that, so that we can be happy in our marriage? Because I guarantee you, well, not 100% of the time, but generally speaking, if you're not happy in your marriage, neither is your spouse. Now, they may not say anything to you. You may not have that kind of communication. And it's also a very scary topic, because if you start talking like that, typically what happens is you start moving towards, well, why should we remain married? And there's a lot of good reasons. And the primary reason is because you can be happy in marriage. You can be so happy in marriage that you have marital bliss. Isn't that the ultimate? Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. You're not happy in your marriage almost 100% of the time because you don't know how to be married. We don't learn these things. We certainly don't learn them from our parents. Our parents don't sit us down and explain how to be happy. Maybe your parents were not happy. Maybe they were even divorced, which is usual these days, unfortunately. So let's take a look at this. Happiness in marriage comes from what? Doesn't come from getting a new car. It's temporary. A bigger house? Temporary. Having children? Sorry, I laughed. More work than happiness. I mean, it gives you great contentment to watch these little souls evolve and develop, and you're a part of their lives, and that's wonderful. They don't really bring happiness. And in fact, it's your job to bring them happiness. And what makes them happy? You know, years ago, I was driving my daughter to school, and I said, honey, what is better for you? When I say, I love you, or when I say, I'm proud of you? And she said, they're the same, Dad. And it's that same means I'm proud of you is an expression of love, right? That's what made her happy. Hey, she's a human being, you're a human being, I'm a human being. What makes us happy? And this is something that I had to look at when I was creating my systems. It's like, why do people get married? Well, you get married to be happier. And what then causes happiness? What's universal? Well, some people want children, some people want prosperity. Both are great, but they're not universally going to give you happiness. And they're going to only give you temporary happiness. What does 100% of the time create happiness is the feeling of love. Not the understanding of love, not love up here, but the feeling of love here. You know, use the kids as an example. Your kids could be sound asleep. You go in a room, you take a look at them, you see them sleeping, and you're overwhelmed with a sense of happiness and love. They're not doing anything to cause happiness, they're just there. What's happening is that love is flowing through you. It comes from God, it's flowing through you, and there's an expression, the channel is blessed by that which flows through it. You are the channel of that love. Here you go. By giving love, you get happiness. You hear it all the time, but we don't put it into practice. But this is how you do it. Giving love creates happiness. Oh, I love my spouse. No, you love your spouse in terms of you see them in a way where you're committed to them, you feel love, but you're not developing this "I'm giving you love" muscle. It's passive. And we're not designed to be passive. We're designed to be proactive, especially in this area. Look, here's my promise to you. Your marriage, and I see marriage as a sacred space, your marriage could be filled with so much love, you can't even stand it. This is what I learned, and this is what I passed on to others, and this is what works in healing marriages. And this will heal your marriage too, and your sense of a vacuum right now. What's going on? I'm not happy. Well, you're not creating that happiness. And your mind is telling you, well, they're not doing their part. Forget your mind. There's literally a battle that goes on between the soul and the mind anyway. Forget that nonsense. You do your part. It's called unconditional loving. You learn how to love unconditionally, and it's impossible to not be happy. That's why we guarantee our courses. It just works. What can I tell you? Now, you could be in the deepest despair right now. Oh my God, I'm not happy in my marriage. It's coming to an end. What do I do? Just like that, you could turn it around. But you have to be proactive, and you have to have a good game plan. That's part of how we provide that, because they don't teach us in school. They don't teach us about the things that, and I really broke it down into two parts. There's those things that obstruct our love and those things that increase our love. And you have to know those. They're like the guardrails for your marriage. And then you just move forward and you'll be happy, I promise you. So that's what you do. You don't do nothing. You don't wait for something to happen. You take the bull by the horns and you become responsible for increasing the love in your marriage. You can do it. And I hear some people go, well, I just don't feel it. Well, look, who's in charge of your feelings? You have free will. You can create those feelings in your mind, and when you do, it opens the heart. That's the key, you see, is the heart. You're a soul. So you need to tap into yourself and express it. Isn't it clear? Isn't it like obvious now as I bring this out? How simple it is. I don't understand these people get into the psychology of marriage. There's no psychology of marriage. Marriage is based on learning to love unconditionally for the joy. And you'll have so much joy, I promise you, so much joy. You'll feel drunk with joy. You just got to learn how to do it. All right. Look, this is the kind of video you should share with other people, because we're missing this basic information in our society. We're moving forward with so much knowledge. We're evolving, but this one thing about how to be married seems to be lagging. Share this video with others. Like it, obviously. And if you have a comment, put it in the comment box. We could interact. I think marriage is amazing. I do. I know it is. When you know how to do it. And you have an amazing opportunity right now to practice something that will literally change your life individually and your marriage. All right. Blessings to you. Blessings to your spouse and blessings to your family.